Hello, I'm Domonique Foxworth, joining you from Podville Media in Washington, D.C., and this is the only NFL show that's undefeated, never lost. Today, we discuss the new-look Dolphins in South Beach, what's wrong with Lamar Jackson, and a grown man playing wide receiver in Seattle. Warning, this week I'm pulling out mouthpieces and throwing punches like Javon Wims, cuz I don't give a damn. It was another exciting week of football, from comebacks to overtime finishes. Some divisions are starting to take shape, while others, they're heating up in a playoff race. Here to discuss it all with me is ESPN's Miami Dolphins reporter, Cameron Wolfe. What up, Killer Cam?
What's good? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, especially after I saw your very festive family. Explain to me the inspiration for this wonderful, wonderful costume for the three of you.
You seeing my baby girl right there? That's Layla. She loves to have her hands by her face. That's her thing. So I've been trying to train her to be a boxer. Mom does not want it. She is telling me no way. Somehow we got together and decided, okay, we're gonna do a boxing costume for Halloween. Mom purchased it.
Let me explain to you. I don't know, maybe you haven't been married as long as me. I have 3 kids, been married for 10 years now. Let me explain to you what just happened. That was the boxing thing that you wanted for your daughter in the future. You just had it right there. That's the end of it. That was a negotiation that you didn't know was happening, but just happened and you lost it.
Right. She said, all right, we made you happy. I don't want to hear about it again.
You will never talk about boxing again with your little girl. Your wife won't allow it. All right, let's go to the control room. Big Trav, what's the first discussion topic?
Can the rookie sensation Tua Tagovailoa lead the new-look Dolphins to the playoff promised land?
All right, Cam. I feel like your phone's probably been blowing up lately. People probably wasn't messing with you, but now that Tua's in the game, everybody giving you calls.
Yeah, back then they didn't want me. Now Tua's on, they all on me. Something like that, right?
I feel you. You're a Houston boy. I feel you. Mike Jones. Anyway, all right. So let me know. I appreciate it. Let me know what you feel about Tua after that performance and what you expect from him going forward.
Yeah, we didn't really learn much about Tua, right? He threw for 93 yards. The defense had, a historic day. They made Sean McVay and the Rams look like they did a couple years in the Super Bowl. But Tua, we didn't see much. So, I talked to Dolphins OC Chan Gailey, and he kind of said that it was purposeful. They were up in a big lead. They wanted to be a little conservative. They kind of handcuffed him with the playbook. So I anticipate we'll see more from Tua going forward. I don't think this will be what you see from Tua going forward. I think you'll see him use more of those RPOs, more of his playmaking ability as time goes on. But you're going to have to give him time. I know everybody wants to see him be the second coming of Dan Marino from the first snap. That's just not realistic. The kid's got to learn. I do think, like you mentioned, that this team can make a playoff run. You look at that defense, they're number 1 in scoring defense. People would never believe it. These Miami Dolphins are number 1 in scoring defense. And, they have the ability, especially with 7 playoff spots this year, to be in the hunt in December. And this is a team that, as you know, Dom, was qualified as tanking and the laughing stock of the league last year. So it's been a heck of a turnaround, but I think it's going to be a fun ride the rest of the season with Tua and the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's a promising situation right now down there in Miami. All right, let's go back to the control room. Big Trav, what's next?
Is there still big trust in Charm City, or are elite teams Lamar Jackson's kryptonite?
All right, so I feel like the Lamar Jackson struggling in big games is kind of a real thing. It's happened enough times that we need to give it some credence. I think Lamar Jackson obviously is an outstanding player, a very special player that they put a lot of pressure on, considering that's one of the cheapest offenses in the league. So they only go as far as Lamar Jackson can take him. And in some of these high-profile performances, high-profile situations, Lamar Jackson has been falling short. I think what the Steelers have done, and people copied it because they did it last year, was kind of take away the middle of the field. They try to own the middle of the field with zone coverages in passing situations, and counterintuitively, they blitz to stop the run and normally put a defensive end or outside linebacker responsible for Lamar Jackson. So it's worked so far. I think Lamar has the ability to overcome that, but I'm not sure that they have surrounded him with the right personnel to attack those type of defenses, which is kind of puts him a bit in a trick bag, because you need speedy outside receivers to take down defenses like that, but they also need big blocking type receivers to run the ball the way they have. So I'm not sure what the future is for the Ravens, but they do need to take another step offensively, Lamar specifically, for them to get to the promised land, which is the Super Bowl. What do you think, Cam?
Now, I think you're right on the money. I love Lamar. I think he's one of the most exciting players of the game, but we got to be real with him. We got to take off the kitty gloves. You know, this guy hasn't won a big game yet, so you got to put the pressure on him. You know, I know you're saying that the team's got to be around him, but we expect these guys to be MVPs and superstars. I'm putting the pressure on Lamar. You got to make those outside throws. If that's what they're going to pressure you to do, I believe he has the ability to do it. Let's see it. You got Hollywood Brown, you know, tweeting out, talking about you ain't using your soldiers. You know, use Hollywood Brown. You know, he your soldier. So I want to see more of that. You know, I think that Lamar can beat some of these things they're saying he can't do. They just got to give him the confidence to be able to do that. He loves to put defenders in conflict. That's what he makes him great. But I think he can also be a really good pocket passer, hitting that go route on the outside. We just got to see more.
I think I'm still keeping my stock in Lamar Jackson. I'm not selling just yet. Anybody who does is a little bit paranoid. Anyway, moving on. What's next, Big Trav?
At 6'4", 230 pounds with a 4.3 40 is DK Metcalf Megatron 2.0.
So you guys bring up Megatron. Oh, Calvin Johnson. I can tell you a little Calvin Johnson story. So I went to Maryland. I was an All-American corner at Maryland going into my senior year. And then Georgia Tech was coming to town. They had this freshman receiver that people said was pretty good, but I was like, whatever. I mean, he's a freshman. We'll be all right. I was wrong. It's Calvin Johnson, who's a big monster, who was pretty much impossible to cover. Fortunately, they had a quarterback by the name of Reggie Ball, who was kind of built like a fullback and honestly didn't throw much better than a fullback, which made it easier for me to cover him. But this DK Metcalf guy, I don't think he is as athletic necessarily as Calvin Johnson as far as fluid, change of direction. So I don't think that at the high end he's as good as Calvin Johnson was at his peak, but it seems like his numbers right now, he's on track to do just the same type of damage. But it helps that he has a Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's playing opposite Lockett. I think that helps a lot too. You can't really double DK because Lockett will take the top off the defense also. What are your thoughts?
I think that this dude is special. I love the Megatron comparison because when you look at his ability, the speed, the athleticism, the ability to go up and make those special plays, there's not anything like him in the league right now. And you look at Russell Wilson and that deep ball, that's the perfect connection. And I'm just thinking about the 63 picks that went ahead of DK Metcalf and how many scouts gonna end up having to answer questions from GMs about why he wasn't their guy. I got one question from you. Which guy would you rather go Jamon Wims against, DK Metcalf or Derrick Henry?
Oh, that's absurd. I think I would just go ahead and tap out on either of those. Maybe Derrick Henry. I feel like the length on DK. Hey, I'm not on to answer your questions. This is ruining my day. I'm already stressed out today. Today's stressful enough. You're making it worse. I'm done with you. All right, Cam, before we let you go, every week we challenge our guests to put their Twitter avatar on the line in a game we call Bet Your Avy. The loser of the bet has to change their Twitter profile picture to whatever the winner wants for 24 hours. Here's what we did to Steven Ruiz after he lost last week. Check it out. I guess it's Steven Roethlisberger or Ben Ruiz. Either way, he picked against the Steelers, so we are making him pay with that today. All right, what's the game we got this week, Big Trav?
With a combined old age of 84 years and a whole lot of touchdowns between them, it's the Geriatric Bowl featuring Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Who you got? Saints versus Bucks.
All right, I am a gracious host, so I will let you choose. So what you got, Cam?
I am going to go with Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, and the Bucks. I think they get it done. I think they're the best team in that division.
Yeah, I think that's probably safe. I wish that I could, again, you picked the team that I would have picked because not necessarily all because of Tampa Bay and their defense and Tom Brady, but also because I think Drew Brees is done, guys. It doesn't look good when he's out there throwing the ball, and that offense is Alvin Kamara and a bunch of guys trying to block for Alvin Kamara. That is essentially one guy that they need to go after and shut down. So I think that the Bucks are in good shape to win this game. All right, Cam, I really appreciate you joining me, and I cannot wait until the world gets back to normal so I can come back down to Miami and hang out with you, catch a game with my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, sip some mojitos, have a good time out here. Let's do it.
Oh, it's making me so happy that it's making me sad. All right, brother, I'll see you soon.
All right, man.
All right, that's it for this week, but I do have two special messages for you. Remember, voting is just a part of what it means to be a good citizen. And my shoe game is bananas today. Check it out. Got the leopard with the tiger. It's too much. It's too much. You're welcome.